Welcome to Tech News, National Geographic Edition. Here, in the vast digital savannah, we observe the tech industry in its natural habitat. Shh, don't startle it. Let's watch. Oh, it's me. I have to. Oh, yeah, okay. It really seems like Nvidia will launch their N1 and N1X ARM-based SoCs in the first half of this year, with Dell and Lenovo already on board with laptop designs, according to insider sources who spoke to the Wall Street Journal. As previous leaks have indicated, the N1X is essentially expected to be a consumer-focused version of the GB10 superchip that powers Nvidia's DGX Spark enterprise mini PCs, with up to 20 ARM cores, a massive 6,144 CUDA core iGPU, and don't forget that sweet unified memory. But while ARM-powered Windows laptops have come a long way, they're still not great for gaming, so why should gamers care? Well, one reason might be that, as much as we rag on Nvidia for caring more about AI than us, they do still put resources into gaming. I mean, look, they're hiring software engineers to work on native speed x86 64 gaming on Linux/ARM64 platforms. They're hiring someone to make the gaming experience better for a niche within a niche. Maybe Jensen does still have a gamer soul hiding beneath all those layers of leather jackets. They protect him from the outside, all the hurtful words. However things shake out, with a full reveal anticipated at the Nvidia GTC keynote on March 16th, the laptop market is heating up, and Qualcomm and AMD are sweating profusely through their quarter zips. Samsung took the wraps off the Galaxy S26 phone lineup at an Unpacked event this morning, completely shocking the world by unveiling new smartphone tech that isn't just ChatGPT with extra steps. Although that was there too. Samsung says the new Galaxy S26 Ultra features the world's first privacy display on mobile, which makes your phone screen completely opaque when viewed from outside of the primary user cone in front of the phone. The cone of brain rot, maybe we could call it. And it can even selectively black out parts of the screen, like sensitive message notifications from your landlord that say in all caps, "For the last time, you cannot pay rent in Funko Pops. It is up to you to sell them for money first. It is not legal tender." The way the privacy display works is kind of cool. Every other pixel in the grid is a narrow pixel with little donuts above it that modulate how much light escapes to the sides, and you can't eat them, but at least they're in there. The rest of the features are fairly standard new phone stuff. The cameras are largely the same, but apparently let in more light now, with a new super steady mode that can keep footage level with the ground. There's a few more AI photo editing options to help you construct false memories of things that never happened. Very fun. But there's a couple cool AI features too. Ask Samsung's Bixby AI assistant to change your phone settings, and it will present you with a toggle for the feature you want, hopefully, right there in the chat interface. Finally, and Audio Eraser can strip background noise from third-party apps like Instagram now, not just Samsung ones. The S26 Ultra starts at the same price as the S25 Ultra, $1,300 USD, while the S26 and S26 Plus have gotten $100 price hikes. They start at $900 and $1,100 USD, respectively, although the base model does come with 256 gigs of storage instead of 128 this year, so it's not all just storage crisis stuff. But still, for those prices, you could pick up a few pairs of the new $250 Galaxy Buds 4 Pro, which have been redesigned with what Samsung calls a real metal blade.
For your ears?
They've got bigger woofers and are shaped for all-day comfort, as long as you're careful not to accidentally put the metal blade end in first. I'm still like picking it up. I gotta be careful. It feels awesome though. Every time I listen to something, it's like I'm a samurai. Department of War is going toe-to-toe with Anthropic over ethical restrictions baked into its AI model Claude in the ultimate nerds versus jocks slugfest. This is what we've been waiting for. Defense Secretary, or War Secretary, Pete Hegseth summoned Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei to the Pentagon on Tuesday
to deliver an ultimatum. Let the government use Claude for mass domestic surveillance of US citizens and or making targeting decisions in physical attacks without human input, or Amade's gonna get a hell of a swirly. And I'll make you do my homework. No, Hegseth reportedly threatened to designate Anthropic as a supply chain risk, blocking it from working with the government and a wide swath of affiliated companies, or maybe Hegseth will invoke the Defense Production Act to force Anthropic to adapt its model to the military's needs. Or maybe even both. I know that doesn't make sense, but I'm just so angry right now because you keep saying words I don't understand. The Pentagon has given Anthropic until Friday to comply, but Anthropic reportedly does not plan on budging. A senior government official commented that taking this action against Anthropic would be massively disruptive for the Pentagon because Claude is currently the only AI model used in classified defense systems. The Pentagon is currently addressing this issue by signing a deal to bring xAI's Grok into classified defense networks, which has real pouty teenager energy. You're not letting me use your AI to autonomously kill people? Fine, I'll just go hang out with Mecha Hitler. How do you like that, Dad?
Go to your room.
Now, Anthropic has budged on a separate safety pledge, the commitment to never train an AI model unless they could guarantee it would be safe first, which seems hard to be fair. Why? Well, to paraphrase their chief science officer, other AI companies are never gonna stop never stopping, so Anthropic is not actually contributing any additional risk to the ecosystem, which is basically just them saying, we're committed to safety, but we're also committed to money and winning, which is super self-aware and honestly super wise. I believe it was Marcus Aurelius who said, never regard something as doing you good if it makes you betray a trust. Unless you're about to lose an AI arms race to Elon Musk, then f it. That's almost as good as his meditation on integrity. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. And if it's a sponsor spot, watch it. Here we go.
Odoo! Running a kingdom is no small affair. One must manage alliances, dungeons, and alliances to get one's cousin out of a dungeon. He's always getting in there. Fortunately, Odoo brings together all aspects of business management into one platform with a full suite of integrated apps. And you only use the apps your kingdom requires. Odoo's CRM app lets me send quotes to neighboring kingdoms in just a few clicks, whatever those are. Schedule meetings with visiting dignitaries. And Odoo even automatically plans the next activity based on my pipeline. And since any king worth his salt must collect tithes, Odoo auto-creates and sends invoices, tracks open payments with clear statuses and due dates, and sends reminders for those who have forgotten their contribution. It even converts currencies automatically, which is essential when trading with the French. And for managing one's court, the employees app. One can sort the entire royal staff into an org chart from the hand of the king all the way down to your one cousin who was banished and lives in the bell tower. It's for the best. Use our link for a free 15-day trial with no credit card required. Again, I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's helpful though. And here we see the quick bits in the wild, often moving in packs of 5. Scientists believe they communicate through a series of rapid-fire headlines. Fascinating creatures, remarkably savage. Discord is delaying its global age verification rollout to the second half of 2026. CTO Stanislav Vishnevsky, coming at the problem with the energy of a beleaguered substitute teacher, posted that many of you walked away thinking we're requiring face scans and ID uploads from everyone just to use Discord. That's not what's happening. He went on to clarify that over 90% of users will never need to verify their age to keep using Discord exactly as they do today. That said, Discord stressed they'll still meet any legal obligations for age verification, which currently means using third-party vendors like KID in the UK and Australia, with Brazil soon to follow. The company will use the delay to learn how to write a blog post properly, I guess. Product listings for budget HP laptops have been spotted advertising 1.2 terabytes of storage, the catch being that 1 terabyte of that is just a 1-year free trial of Microsoft's OneDrive cloud storage.
Reddit user BMR99 posted several links to blatant cases of spec padding in the LTT subreddit, showing that with NAND prices spiking, I guess the new industry standard is just download more storage, bro. It's a you problem. Thankfully, Canadians get to avoid this specific trap. We have a different one. Some Amazon.ca listings advertise 1 terabyte drives as 1,024 gigabyte SSDs, which actually makes the listing even more deceitful because 1 terabyte drives usually have less than 1,000 gigs of usable space. But I don't know, that still sounds like a heck of a deal there, but I think you should frickin' send it. Tech giants are hunting for cheap farmland for their power-hungry AI data centers and have offered million-dollar payouts that many US farmers are none of the less flat out refusing, according to a report from The Guardian. But these companies want that land. Some utility companies have threatened to invoke eminent domain, the government's power to seize private property for public use. But for the farmers, it ain't about the money. It's about protecting their family legacies. They got integrity. And unlike them Silicon Valley boys, farmers recognize that God didn't intend for us to eat servers or become romantically entwined with AI waifus. It ain't right. Panasonic, the former plasma TV king, will no longer make its own television. All Panasonic branded TVs will now be manufactured, marketed, and sold by Skyworth, a Chinese company, with the same name as my high school World of Warcraft character. Skyworth?
Skyworth!
It is I, Skyworth. Skyworth's CEO pitched it as a meeting of minds, but the real trade is pretty obvious. Skyworth gets to use a legendary brand name to sell TVs in Western markets, and Panasonic gets to stop spending money making TVs. If it seems familiar, that's because it's a very similar deal to the Sony and TCL one that just happened recently. This is a bummer for Panasonic though. They controlled over 40% of the global plasma market, until price sensitivity caused by the 2008 financial crisis ended up destroying their margins. After that, Panasonic never really recovered. Don't worry, Panasonic, none of us did. And Spotify and Liquid Death have released the Eternal Playlist Urn, a limited edition Bluetooth speaker shaped like a cremation urn. It asks you questions about your eternal vibe and your go-to ghost noise. All right, then generates a playlist that syncs to the urn and plays you into the afterlife. Is it a real urn, like for ashes?
Yeah, you can put ashes in there.
It might screw it up, but the Bluetooth speaker. So for me, that'll be an infinite loop of Monster Mash and Fall Out Boy's Sugar, We're Going Down Swinging. But given Spotify's history of launching then bricking physical devices like the car thing, eternity might be more like 2 years. And I guess you'll have to keep paying for Spotify Premium, otherwise you'll be hearing ads for the rest of eternity, which again, according to Spotify, is just 2 years, so it's not that bad. And that concludes today's episode of Planet Tech. Oh, okay, join us on Friday when we will watch as the AI hype beast performs its mating display for potential investors. It is truly so cringe.